The CamCat system was developed in the Brains and Pictures workshops and is now in use all over the world. Whether for architectural shots or out in the open, the system can be mounted quickly and easily under any conditions. This CamCat course measures 680 meters. The angle is 37 degrees. The camera carriage, or dolly, the so-called CamCat, travels along these taut plastic cables. The latest model can be propelled at speeds of up to 120 kilometers an hour without the slightest wobble. A godsend for all sporting events. Setting up the WesCam gyro system. The system enables the built-in camera to pan in every direction with hardly any restriction. The course of the movements is pre-programmed and computer-guided by radio. The speed, here above the waterfall, is 12 meters per second. The camera glides smoothly through the air with a precision no other technique can match. With the aid of technology, I attempt to find new perspectives. In a word, I suppose, a view from above. It's a matter of not letting the technique dictate the shot, because then it's overkill, which I really reject. Or I say, wait a minute, now we've gone too far. The trick is to put the technology and the project as a whole on an equal footing. And if it works, you will achieve perspectives and pictures that are simply extraordinary. Extraordinary perspectives demand extraordinary positions, for the technical aspect and therefore for the crew as well. This location is called Dorfer Klamm. Here, even with the help of the army, spanning the cables and other basic preparation takes 3 whole days, for the cables are 780 meters long. An impressive example of Riha's view from above. 3, 2, 1. The feast of Corpus Christi in the village of Kals. Brains and Pictures set up a further CamCat shot. The big problem here is the lack of a suitable natural point for the upper cable base. So, a 90-ton crane is called for, and, armed with a special permit, the crew bring it up to the valley. The cables are attached to its 74-meter-long arm and tightened. It's a procedure the team often employed while filming the architectural shots for another of Riha's remarkable films, the New Year's concert in Vienna. The distance up past the church steeple is 300 meters. The angle, 20 degrees. The technology is all nicely balanced, neither dictating the nature of the shot nor adding to its attendant difficulties. The camera rises silently over the scene and glides tightly past the steeple. No other system could adequately match these movements. A 119 years old, 250 kilos in weight, 3 meters high, the Pinnacle Cross. It has been restored to mark the 200th anniversary of the very first ascent. Originally, it took the Alpine guides from Kals 4 days in awful weather to haul it up to the peak. Today, the helicopter needs but a few minutes. It has all been recorded by cameras from the air. No documentary on the Großglockner would be complete without the reinstallation of the renovated cross. The close-ups are in fact taken by a cameraman standing directly beside the cross. With the aid of the local guides, he too has conquered the Black Mountain. Austria's highest cultural monument, erected on a 3,798-meter-high pinnacle. Circling it in the helicopter, it seems at once distant and yet within easy reach, like a trinket one might pick up and twirl in one's fingers. An army helicopter on its way to another remote location called the Hufeisenbruch. On board, a team from Brains and Pictures plus equipment. They aim to set up a time-lapse camera that will record the gradual changes of nature. Altogether, 10 of these special cameras will be used during the Großglockner production. The camera plus its housing weighs 25 kilos. The special weatherproof blimp can be both cooled and heated. The choice of positions for the cameras was made long ago, of course. Nevertheless, the tripods, bases, and anchorings have to be adjusted directly at the appointed spots. These constructions must be capable of withstanding any wind or weather, for the cameras are often left out for a period of 6 months. Indeed, they watched over the Schleier waterfall near Kals for more than a year. All sequences have to be precisely predetermined, as the cameras are preset and start their programs automatically. The Riha workshop is currently working on a radio remote control system, or GSM modem, for these cameras too. And when it's finished, all the camera data, the film magazine, temperature, plus any malfunctions, can be checked from afar. The 12 volts necessary can be supplied by either mains, accumulator, wind, or solar power. Without the help of the army, such amenities would be hard to come by, and many impressive scenes perhaps impossible to shoot. For the time-lapse cameras, enabled Riha to create remote observation outposts, artificial keyholes through which the viewer may briefly peep and marvel at the arcane wonders of nature, a pleasure that would otherwise be denied him.